Hi everyone. In this video we're going to introduce you to the functionality of the menu editor as well as walk you through the process of creating a simple menu. So the first thing you need to do to access your menu editor is select this admin tab, and then from here at the bottom click on this menu drop down and you'll be prompted for a couple options. Select the edit menu option. So this is the menu editor screen, and you'll notice in the upper left hand corner of the screen that there is a bar here that says menu, and then beneath it should say default menu. Now what that is specifying is which menu we're editing within the software, and most stores will only need one menu. They won't, and you'll be able to leave the default menu as is. But if you need to create multiple menus, for example, if you need to create if you're a diner and you have a separate breakfast, lunch, and dinner menu, you could create different menus by pushing this new menu button and then naming the menu whatever you want. So in this case, we're going to set up a menu for a simple coffee shop example. So we'll just say coffee menu, and that's all there is to renaming that menu. If you have multiple menus, whichever one you feel like you will be using the most, you should check this default box next to it, and that'll, when the software opens up, it'll default to that menu. So when you'll notice that within each menu, there'll be this. The first box here is the categories, and that will allow you to create a means of organizing menu items that you sell into categorized groups, and each group can have pictures assigned to it as well. So by default, there's only one category created, and that is the modifier groups category. We will come back to that later. Now the categories you create should be just a means of similarly grouping items. So for example, if you're at a pizza place, you might have a pizzas category. If you're at a coffee shop, you might have a coffee category and a lattes category and a bagels category and a pastries category. Whatever way you think that you would group the items is how you would just create your categories. So again, since we're creating a simple coffee shop setup, what we're going to do here is we're going to just click this new category button, and this will prompt for a name for the category to be entered. So first thing for the coffee shop, we're going to say coffee category. Okay, and then so we have an image set us. If you're going to be using images with each category, what you can do is you can click on this image button right here, and this will prompt you for to select an image and a back color for this button. So what we're going to do is click on this change button here, and that will allow us to select an image. So we have some sample content already. Now in this case, I mean, you can use anything from stock images to real pictures of your actual items, or you could even use, like little icons or whatever. I mean, whatever you want to use can work as long as it's a valid picture format. So we are going to select the coffee image, click open, and then that's going to, so now the coffee category has been assigned this image, and this will show up on the order screen and on the home screen. So you can click OK, and that's all there is to setting the image. So the next thing we're going to do is we're similarly going to create a lattes category. And again, we have an image set aside for this. And then lastly, just a bagels category. Okay, so now we have three categories all with images assigned to them. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and populate these categories with the items that we sell. So the first thing we're going to do here is create a couple different items in the coffee category. So We're going to name the first category, the first item, let's say just coffee, and we're going to assign a couple sizes to it. So let's say we're going to do small, medium, large, and you can rename these sizes to whatever you want. So if you were Starbucks, you could have, Venti, Grande, and Tall as the sizes, but most places you can just use these standard labels. So put in a couple prices for each size. And then next we're going to create a decaf item. Okay, so now create a couple items in the latte category. Okay, so we've created some lattes, and lastly we're going to add some bagels. Okay, so now we've created categories, and then we've put sold items into each category. So now one more thing that we want to do is create modifiers that would apply to each item. So now modifiers can be anything from a topping on a pizza to an instruction on how to prepare the item to a request for an item on the side. I mean, basically anything that you could want to add on to a primary item would be considered a modifier. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create a couple modifiers that would apply to some of these different categories. So now you can put modifiers either in an item directly, and that is what this little drop down triangle is for, or you can put modifiers in this all items group. And what that allows you to do, when you add a modifier to this all items, it'll add it to literally every item within that category will get that modifier added to it. So for example, we're going to create from bagels, we're going to create a spread modifier for cream cheeses. And since this is since there's going to be different kinds, we're going to create a multiple choice modifier. So you're going to set this behavior to multiple choice, click edit options, click new to add a new option, and then specify the different kinds of spread. So we're going to do butter, cream cheese, okay, so we've created a couple different spreads, so we can close out of this. So again, now that all of those spreads will be available to all of these items. So then we can do a similar thing for coffee, which is that for cream and sugar. So we can create multiple choice modifiers for For example, for the cream and the sweeteners, so we're going to first create one for cream. So we'll do skim milk, half and half, like cream. Okay, so then you get the idea. So basically, once you have your list, again, close out of it, name it to cream, and that's it. So then we're going to do another one for So I'm going to do a second one just for sweeteners. So create a sweetener. So now what we want to do is exit here by clicking done. That'll update the menu. So once your menu has been updated, the categories will list on your home screen here. So now we've created a coffee, lattes, and bagels category, each with an image. So now we can go ahead and take an order using these. So we click on one of these, select the type for the order, and then now we have our items listed in each category. So again, for example, we just added the spread modifier for the bagels. So if we select one of the bagels, it adds to the order, and we have the spread, and then we have a modifier for the spreads we just created. So click on the spread, it prompts us for the different spreads, and then once you select one, it shows up in your order. And again, same thing for the coffee. Now for the multiple size items we just created, the coffees, it'll prompt for the size first, and then you can specify cream and the sweetener. So that covers it for this introduction to the menu editor. Be sure to check out the rest of our documentation and videos, including our videos on creating shared modifiers so you can create reusable lists for multiple choice modifiers, as well as our video on how to link your menu and inventory so your inventory will deplete as your menu items sell. Thanks for watching.